All right, what's good, everybody? Locktober day number 9. Tonight,
Woohoo.
tonight's topic is going to be the illusion of control. While we try to master what we don't understand. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get everybody a few minutes to join the chat. Yolanda's in the building, and as you see already, Yolanda, we got Melinda here. Melinda came a little bit early. I like that.
Yes. Trying to get it together.
Yeah, I feel you.
Hey, Yolanda.
Okay. I see you shared it, Melinda. Cool. Yolanda's here. What's up, Yolanda?
Hey, elevator. Hey, Melinda.
What it do?
Uh,
Where's that up?
yeah, go ahead, set up. We might not have too much traction because Corey's World set up a live also at
Yeah,
9. So, yeah, it is what it is.
yeah, it happens.
Tina Mo is in the building. What's the YouTube?
Hey, Miss Tina, voice of
Hey,
YouTube.
Miss Tina. Hey, Fabby.
What's up, Fabby? Thank you for joining.
Hey,
Good evening.
Tina Mo, the voice is in the building. Yes. So I'm going. I know everybody got to set everything up. Tonight's topic is the illusion of control while we try to master what we don't understand. Um, yeah, control. Ooh, I have a problem with trying to be in control. I can admit that.
Mm.
Um, a lot of things we can't control. We could only act accordingly in our own best interests. What's up, Sassy? Thank you for joining. So so Tina, I was telling Melinda and Yolanda that Corey's World is also going live. So I don't know how this chat gonna react, but if it's a quick live, I'm not mad at it.
I understand.
I have nothing disparaging to say.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it is what it is. See, talk about control. We could be in control of our emotions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
ain't got a mind, Fabby. All right, give me a second.
Mm, 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 mm. How's everybody doing on the panel tonight?
Uh, I'm good. I can't complain.
Same here.
I'll be okay when my energy kicks in.
Ah,
Trish in the building. Hey, Trish.
yay.
Hold on. Matter of fact, give me a second, Fabby. That's how I know Fabby ain't been here in a minute because she ain't got no wrench. I took everybody wrenches like months ago.
Where my wrench at, bro?
See,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, coffee.
the wrench ain't even necessary. You if you want to connect with somebody, you type the word link in the chat.
There it is. There it is. Okay. My bad.
I got you though.
Mm-hmm. You know, I'm new at this YouTube thing, y'all.
Oh, I got Nightbot set up.
Okay, good deal.
Callie's in the building. Real Odds is in the building. Coffee No Cream is in the building.
Hey,
Thank
Coach.
y'all all for joining.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get started, I wanted to say to everybody, if y'all come into the chat and I don't acknowledge you, just bear with me because a situation just happened with me and it kind of pissed me off a little bit. So I'm thinking I might be blocked on somebody's channel, which is fine. I don't care, but if I don't acknowledge you, I at least try to put everybody's comments up on the screen that's just joining the chat. So please give me some grace because I don't ignore anybody.
No problem.
What real I say? If you take wrenches, heart attacks will occur. You ain't lying, bro. He ain't lying.
That whole
Oh
feeling.
Lord.
Whole feeling.
Hold on, y'all. It's hot as fuck.
Mhm.
YouTube blocking for the third grade win. Bad duck, bro. All right, y'all. Let's. Damn. I guess let me get started while 'cause I ain't get a notification from Corey yet, so let me take advantage of all of these people here. Thank y'all anyway. So talking point: control is comfort, not reality. Control gives the illusion of safety, but often masks fear. We create structure to soothe anxiety, not to change outcomes. Predictability feels like power until life reminds us that it's temporary. Real life confidence is staying calm when things go off script. Control comforts the ego, but surrender strengthens the spirit. 18 chats that y'all showing out. You know what? I'm here for it though.
I know that's right.
Oh, that ain't what's supposed to be.
Ooh, that's a deep one right there. Control is comfort, not reality.
Yep.
Um, that right there, y'all have to excuse me. I am absolutely exhausted. And I rarely ever make it to one of these places, but I've been going, and pushing myself so hard. I pulled an all nighter last night again. This might be the second one within the past 14 days.
Come on.
Yeah, and so it's one of those things of when I finally do go to sleep.
Oh yeah, you gonna crash.
Well, I actually did fall asleep. I went to go get something to eat, and when I woke up, I was outside still.
Whoa.
Yeah, in the car. Good thing I was in the driveway and not
Yeah.
in the parking lot somewhere.
Right.
But it definitely was one of those things. Okay, let me get up. And the crazy part about it was, I woke up maybe about a quarter to what? It's 9 your time.
Yeah.
So yeah, a quarter to 9 basically was when I woke up. So I'm literally like 20 minutes awake, 30 minutes tops.
Get some rest this time.
Mm.
Um, but I do agree that control is an illusion.
It
Point
is.
blank and period.
Yeah.
Um, and it can seem a bit comforting because we have our hand on things.
Right.
Um,
Pause.
and we can manipulate things the way that we want to. Already,
Sorry,
it's been 10
I'm
minutes
sorry.
on the first
I'm
pause
sorry. I'm
before
sorry.
10 minutes. Oh God. um, and so I just understand that a lot of it has to do with wanting to control factors that really are beyond our control.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so we try to take as much control as possible because
Mm-hmm.
we don't like the feeling of vulnerability when things are not in our control and
Mm-hmm.
things are not at arm's length to manipulate the way you want to.
Right.
Uh,
Right. Okay. Shout out to everybody joining the chat. I saw Jazzy J, Mama 3, coaches in the building,
yeah, everybody.
homebody Trish, Jazzy J. Oh, y'all showing out tonight. You
I
know
mean,
what? Y'all keep showing out though. I ain't even mad at it. All right. So we got a question for everybody. What's something you recently realized you can't control? I know for me, not recently, but I realized you can't control other people and the
Mm-mm.
way they think. You can only offer influence, but you know, a lot of us are pretty stubborn in our ways. So yeah.
yeah. That's heavy right there all by itself for real because you really can't control people and we want to. And when a controlling person meets somebody else that is even more controlling,
Mm-hmm.
that thing is rough and you have to. I'm not talking about in a dangerous situation.
Right.
I'm not talking about that yet. But in some cases, you have to learn how to let your defenses down just a little at a time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's going to be like two bulls locking horns. And somebody has to let their defenses down a little bit, you know,
Right.
because it will be miserable when you got two strong, controlling people with the same common goal. That's just insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I realized not trying to control my children, but wanting them to make better decisions
Mm-hmm.
than what they're making. And it was like, you trying to control me? No, baby. I've lived this. I've walked this walk 51 years.
Right.
I know what I'm doing. I know a little bit. You still got milk on your breath, baby. But yeah, so that I'm learning to I raise them,
Right.
let them go. That
Right.
is so hard, but you raise them, you gotta let them go.
Right.
Uh,
Okay.
one thing that I can say, um, that I've learned that I cannot control is how something affects me. I
Mm,
can control how I respond to how I'm affected, but
Mm-hmm.
I cannot control how it hit, how it landed, how it resonated.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Right.
it's those things of being, that's the real being emotionally intelligent, is knowing when I can't help that it hurt, but I can help how I respond to the pain I feel.
Mm-hmm. Danielle is in the chat. I mean, in the panel. Excuse me. How you doing,
Yes.
Danielle?
well, hello.
Hello, Danielle.
I'm
Hey,
ready. I think I'm ready for the SAT words.
good
I'm just
evening, all.
I'm just playing, Danielle.
Hey, Cassidy.
It's just Danielle, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry. This
No,
is
it's
just,
okay. It's okay. I'm
I
just
think
saying
I used to saying it now. So.
you are not rebuked. I'm just playing. Hi, everybody.
You're not rebuked.
Well, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Hold on, my bad. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. I said I also can't control my characters that arise on my live streams.
Mm.
You ain't lying, bro. But you can't block them, no. So you have the power.
I don't know if
Control.
anybody said this already, but
Go
I
ahead.
cannot control how other people perceive me. I
Oh,
That's
Mm-hmm.
good. That's
yeah.
cannot,
for sure.
and I have spent years trying to show up in a way for people that was packaged and curated for what I thought they wanted.
Right.
Mhm.
And I no longer, I try my best. I slip, sometimes you got little habits you got to break.
Right.
So
Right.
Mhm.
sometimes
Absolutely.
I'm tempted to do
Absolutely.
that. But I think now I realize no matter what you do, people are going to have the idea that they desire to have. And many times it's before you even open your mouth, like you show up in a space, people already have preconceptions. And
Mhm.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Hmm.
I realize I cannot control how I am received by others.
That's
Right.
so true. That's
Yep.
good.
Right.
Ooh, that's good.
What's up, Nisha? Thank you for joining.
I'm gonna tell you something else that I had to learn as it pertains to over explaining.
Mm.
Sometimes you cannot control how a person either responds to what you say or how they heard it.
Hmm.
Oh,
It does not matter how you try to fix it, how you try to explain it, how you try to repackage it and present it to them. If some people have their mind made up about you, which is attached to what Danielle said about perception of you,
Right.
If they already have a preconceived perception of you,
Right.
then more often than not, what you say to them will not change their mind.
Not at all.
Right.
Right. I agree.
What's up, Bad Duck?
Oh, Oh, hang on, am I live? No, I am.
Yeah, we
Confusing
live,
myself.
bro.
I'm like, is my mic turned on or not? I gotta go. I'm on 3 different screens, so I gotta jump back over there and look. So, how are you doing?
I'm all
How's
right.
everybody doing?
Doing
Hello,
great.
Bad Duck.
Good.
It's good to see you.
You
Yeah,
too.
thank you for asking.
I love Bad Duck. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of nervous. Bad Duck, behave. Just behave,
I
please.
know, right?
Please, bro.
Ah, be
Do I
good.
need to turn it off streaming to my channel? I mean, tell me now.
Yeah,
Tell me
right,
now.
right. Please behave.
Oh, yes. Because my
Ah,
mama is watching this.
behave.
Yes.
All right.
Uh-oh. Hi, Mama.
So, so Bad Duck, you gave your word. I'm going to take that at face value.
Oh,
So,
yeah, man. I wouldn't come on somebody's channel I don't know and cause a ruckus. That's just uncool to do.
I respect that.
I'll wait till you
But,
know me. Then I'll come on here and cause a ruckus.
Tina, your sleepy voice is giving live after dark.
Watch it now.
Wait,
Tina's not
I'm
sleepy
sorry.
voice is giving live after dark.
I mean, okay.
Like,
Never mind.
yeah,
Hey,
oh,
Danielle.
my bad.
Smooth as molasses on a good hot biscuit, okay?
I mean,
Hot
Southern
biscuit
hot
Lord.
with butter and
Southern hot
molasses. Yes, Lord.
Okay.
Oh, God, help me.
I'm a hot white biscuit. Oh, wait, what?
That's wild.
This is
Anyway.
hilarious. Oh,
Hey, Danny, I wanted to Danielle, sorry. I'm so used to saying Danny for Danielle. It's like,
No worries.
I wanted to follow up on what you're saying about how people perceive you,
Mm-hmm.
because I have the same, the same problem. But do you feel like they're coming into that situation like they previously know of you, and they're automatically assuming that a reaction is going to go this way or that way, and vice versa? Do you go into that situation feeling that you know how this is going to go?
So the answer to that question is twofold, because I think it depends on the situation and it depends on what arena I'm in. So if I am in certain, if they know I'm coming, it's very different than if I just show up at a place.
Right.
So your reputation can definitely precede you in certain aspects, and that can be good or bad. I know like I said, it just depends on if I'm coming. If I show up in a classroom, usually people know why I'm there, right? If I show up on a panel, people know who I am when I get there. But if you see me just walking, I tend to be a little over the top the way I dress. Not you just got to know me to know.
Sure.
So I usually people will look and be like, "Oh my goodness, nice outfit." But you think about even women who show up looking a certain way, you have ideas about that, what that means, right?
Right.
When I speak, I use certain words, as everyone has already said. Like I got to bring out the thesaurus and the SAT words, so that brings a perception as well, and I am aware of it. There are some times where I can be a little bit obnoxious because I'm trying to be with my words.
Well,
So I
sure.
think it's a twofold situation. But I do think no matter what I do, if you decide before you meet me not to like me, like Miss Yolanda was saying, it's nothing you can do.
Right. I mean, I asked just because, and I'm sure you've heard of this. I don't know if everybody has, but I'm sure you have heard of the concept of in the box and out of the box. Where you, there's a great book about it. I'll see if I can find it here. It's going into a situation where you may have had, a previous conversation, discussion, or maybe a conflict with somebody, and immediately your mind is going to want to go back into that next conversation, remembering that and being prepared for that rather than being open to what they're saying, or what you're saying to them, saying vice versa.
Right.
So it's called in the box and out of the box, where you've got to kind of teach your mind to approach every situation as it's a new situation, and not anticipate that they're going to say this or they're going to act this way, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh wow.
Okay, so it sounds a little bit like confirmation bias and recency bias, where you kind of had the preconception of it. And I think that when you brought up a good point, it's a difference between relationships where you've already had those conversations, and I think when people are just meeting you. And you also
Yeah.
can be unwillingly a trigger for someone. You might appear like someone else that they know or experience. So that makes a lot of sense too.
I put that in the private chat if anybody wants to read that book. It's actually, it really opened up a lot for me, because I was a very, very, very in the box person, and it definitely changes your interactions if you start approaching them from, without having that preconception. So, which everybody needs to do, but it's hard.
Yeah.
Right.
Because most people react from a place of their own personal trauma. And so
Exactly.
they have taught themselves, and I'm not saying that I'm excluded, because I'm very much included, that
Right.
already I got my hands up. What is this person going to say? What is this person going to do? Like a fight or flight
Right.
in a sense as well. So thank you, Bad Duck.
Well, shout out to Rodney and Richard for Richard with them wild ass comments, but thank y'all for joining. I hope y'all didn't watch the screen, because Richard is on one tonight. But Rodney said I can't control others' integrity, and that is conflicting when it's those that I care about on some level. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very true. Homebody Trish said it's difficult to practice that if we act as if we don't know the sum of a person. We will keep experiencing the same situations, and that could be detrimental.
Yeah, so that's history. And I was saying in the chat that that's an excellent point. I don't think we should be delusional. I don't think we should have go into situations where we are pretending that things didn't happen. I think the awareness is good. And I think we kind of had a conversation about isolation versus taking time away, right? There's two different things. So there's a difference between me being protective of myself based on previous interactions with this person and pretending that and living in such a way that everybody is a threat. So I think that's the fine line there.
Yeah.
That's very true. So
yeah, I think those are good points. I mean, you obviously have to, if you've had plenty of experience with certain people and it's been a negative, impact every time, then I think you have to go into that with some sort of defense up. But the idea is not to let that control necessarily how the conversation goes, if that makes sense. So you kind of have to, I don't know, compartmentalize it. Maybe is that a good word for the moment? And then obviously still be on your guard. But yeah.
Yeah. So even from my personal experiences, yeah, if something happens to where it might knock me back a step or two, or it'll mess with my mental capacity to some degree. Like, yeah, if I'm going to try to get past that, yeah, my guards are up, and I'm not going to just drop my guard because it's a different person, because this different person and this different person, this different person had all kind of triggered that same type of energy in me. So yeah, I'm I'm gonna keep my guard up until I feel comfortable enough to let my guard down.
Right.
Sure.
I think that there is a difference between going into a situation, understanding that people can be a certain way versus holding it against them that I've been through this before and you're going to do it to me too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, because I think that when it comes to people and their propensity to just be people,
Mhm.
flawed in whatever way that they are, a lot of times that can give us a bit angst. On the other hand, when it comes to being yourself in a situation outside of your emotions, I think that it becomes a discipline and a practice to not treat people according to what you've been through, but more so treat people according to the thing that is happening in the now and not necessarily attaching it to everything you've already gone through.
Mm,
Okay,
absolutely.
so Tina, very valid point. So you don't even have that lingering thought in the back of your mind. Not you per se. I'm just giving an example. So if somebody did you dirty or whatever,
Hmm.
and now the next person you don't think that, okay, this is all a front. Let my guard down, and then this person is gonna do you dirty. Then it's like, dang, and it keeps happening over and over. I know we have to take accountability too, but my
I,
accountability is falling back. I ain't
I
gonna
think
lie.
that there's a difference between um, being guarded and having an authentic interaction with a person.
Hmm.
Because sometimes we could be so guarded that you're not able to have a genuine conversation or a genuine exchange with an individual because you're stuck in how you feel about the last time you went through something. And I think that sometimes it is a space that you have to navigate to where you make sure you have had enough healing. You've dealt with the last thing that you've experienced, so that when you do move forward, you're not carrying as much baggage. While I do understand that if you continue to go through something over again with different people, um, sometimes the lowest common denominator is just you,
Right.
and
That's
whatever that thing is that either attracts those type of people or you're attracted to those type of people, that may be the thing that needs to be investigated more so than the fact that I see things in everybody that looks the same. Like when people have the blanket statement that all men are dogs. And it's like, no, you had
roof,
them.
roof.
Those experiences that you had made you feel like, and that was according to your picking. That was according to your choosing. It was according to the environment that you were in that didn't allow you to see different kinds of people. And
Right.
so, if you're not willing to uh, take on the mindset of this is an isolated experience with this person on an individual note, then you
Hmm.
have to look at it as, wait a minute, if I keep going through the same things from person to person, I may need to um somebody said you like puppies. Um and so it's one of those things where you have to take a look at yourself as
Right.
it pertains to the integral portion, because sometimes we don't always like to admit I like a certain kind of individual. I like a little spice. I like a little pushback. It's just that when it goes too far, then it's like, oh, I'm sick of everybody. You know what I'm saying? And so
Got you.
sometimes we have to take a moment to be able to acknowledge what's going on within us that allows us to skip the person that is calm, cool, and collected because you think they're boring, for the
Mhm.
person that is ready to create havoc because they're exciting to you.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Uh, it was good. Stay to it. Thanks for joining. You right on time. Like we literally only got through the first talking point. So yeah, you good. Church Network. Thank you for joining. Rodney said your type may be your downfall. Sometimes what you prefer isn't what's genuinely good for you. Yeah, yeah. I've learned that the hard way.
I think we've all learned that the hard way a few times.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And often it doesn't just show up in your romantic relationships. People think that it only shows like certain negative toxic patterns of behavior only show up in their relationships. But if you
Mm,
find out you're a people pleaser, you probably are a people pleaser with everybody. If you find
Yeah.
out you are the one who's the fixer, you're probably the fixer with everybody. And we don't sometimes realize we are recreating the environment that makes us feel the most comfortable because we don't really want to change.
I'm about to mute Danielle. I
Oh, my
feel
bad.
I feel
Don't
attacked.
do it. Don't do it.
I ain't gonna do
She
it.
cooking with that good pot.
Wow.
Nah,
See,
she cold with it. Like
I feel a chill in the room.
Old spirits.
Okay,
nah,
then, yeah,
she's definitely right on point. Like
right, that part.
yeah.
I just want to acknowledge Bishop. I cherish is in the room. I'd appreciate it if we say hello to her.
Hello,
Um,
I cherish.
Hello.
Hello.
it
Hi.
is so good to see you. I just want to acknowledge your presence. It is a blessing for you to even show up into the Chapmans. Welcome.
Yes,
Welcome,
thank
welcome.
you. Thank you for joining. I Bridget, we gotta be on our best behavior now, bro.
Please do, please.
By all means,
It's
please.
o- it's o- it's okay. I don't have to put his comments on the screen. He's in my chat. She's in yours, so we good.
Yes.
Can't see nothing. Like so.
Right.
And one
Oh,
more thing before you move on, elevated, because Tina
Yeah.
was talking about this.
Go
The idea that there is a difference between a person
hmm
and people, right? That
yes.
Right.
people are not supposed to be monolithic, and we'll say, hey, this is a type of person instead of looking at the behaviors of a people, just like you were, male, female. I'm
Right.
like, hey, when they say women are like this, I'm like, well, y'all be messing with girls because I don't know women like that, right? Or
Mhm.
Right.
or vice versa, men. All men are this, and I'm like, where are these men at? Because I don't know them. I don't know them. I don't surround myself with them.
Right.
Mhm.
And so I think we have to, at some point, have a level of maturation that is
hmm
able to look at people as individuals as much as one can. It is always going to be a tendency to group people together because it's a safety factor. But I think pushing past that initial resistance and saying, no, I'm going to get to know you if that's what you decide to do,
Right.
versus, all of this group of people are like this because I had several interactions with people like this.
Right. So Ronnie said, "Dang, I'm a fixer, and that puts me in the space of everyone coming to me for safety, solace, and results."
And it can be like that,
Yeah, it definitely could be like that.
Mhm.
especially
Yeah,
when you have an abundance of resources. Because that's
Yeah.
the thing that we don't always take into consideration. It's like, what do you have the most of? What you have the most of, you have a tendency to offer the most of. If you have a lot of grace for people,
Mm,
hmm
then people expect for you to be gracious all the time, you know,
hmm
and they'll
right,
run you over with that,
Right.
with that very thing,
Right.
because they don't see you pulling back. They don't see your boundaries. They don't see you saying no.
hmm
And that's an area that you may lack in control
Right.
versus having too much.
hmm.
Such a
Right.
Such a
great
good point,
point. Such a
Tina.
great point.
And do
Even
you see it as expendable? Is it
Hmm.
a habit for you because that's the thing that's easiest for you to give until it's not? Because I always say it works until it doesn't.
Right.
Yes.
So
Mhm,
excellent point.
Right.
definitely.
So I don't have anything for anybody. Thank y'all in advance. Sign management.
elevated.
Oh, funny.
Okay. Okay. Please. Yeah, something up with these chats because a reply gets about seven repeats. Bad Duck, you got some good internet, bro?
Yeah. Good internet. Yeah.
Look. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 replies. Hold on,
Got so
y'all. The
many
train going past.
simulcast. Everybody's simulcasting tonight. All in different chats.
Hey, it's all good. I ain't
Yeah.
worried about it. All right. So our next talking point is going to be: we try to fix uncertainty instead of mastering our response to it. We already talked about this a little bit earlier. So most people chase stability externally instead of building it internally. You can't eliminate uncertainty. You can only improve your adaptability. Emotional regulation is stronger than situational control. Our reactions create the real results, not the circumstances. True power lies in response, not in resistance.
Mm, mm. Now that last portion, that took me for a spin for a second because
Yes.
sometimes you need resistance, a resistance to how you would normally respond to something because not uh, every now and then, due to our own trauma, due
Mm,
to the lack of sometimes accountability, sometimes it's about the lack of emotional intelligence
right.
and how to navigate through spaces, we can just go too far. And
Yeah.
so sometimes the resistance point is the place of knowing that once I reach this point, if I go past this point, I'll be allowing things to go awry outside of the how things actually affected everything or
Mhm.
affected me personally.
Right. Okay. So, right. Brother, certain age. Thank you for joining. Um,
Hey, brother of a certain age.
Rodney said the Taurus in me thrives on stability, but I built a skill of adapting to chaos. But my preference is stability. Yeah.
That's a good point. I do know that some people don't have that blessing to be comfortable in stability. There are some of us that thrive in chaos. There's
Yeah.
something about the constant noise, the hum of it, the elevated adrenaline, the
Mm,
mastery of the elements. And some people will recreate that environment because it's the chaos they know, it's the crazy they understand, it's the trauma that they're used to. And
right.
so I just when you said that, I'm like, oh, some of us build the skill, right, and adapt to it so much that that becomes the norm and we
Mm,
don't know how to sit. We don't know stability feels uncomfortable. You be like, something about to go wrong. Anybody else who if you can relate, it's like that feeling of the other shoe is about to drop and
Yeah.
you need that to function. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just being transparent. So
No,
I'm
right.
like, what? Things are going too well. What's
no.
about to happen?
Right. It's just like
Yes.
being in an abusive situation for years. And when
Mm,
you come out of it, you think that everybody is going to be that way. And when they're too nice, just like you said, you're wondering, okay, when is that punch gonna come? And it may not just be physical, it may be you're thinking, okay, when is that mental punch gonna come? When is that slap gonna come through, mentally. So
right.
you're living in that space of, uh-oh, here we go again. It's familiar to you
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
in a very unhealthy way.
And some people romanticize it, even in their spiritual walk. It's like they only know how to relate to God in chaos and crisis,
Yeah.
right? They don't see God for the peace. They see God for the escape, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
It's
Because a
like thinking
lot of
you're
this,
always in war. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
you're not. Just it's like I'm always in war. Like I've heard people talk about that spiritually. Everything is I'm in a battle. I gotta fight. I gotta fight. I gotta fight. I'm like, well, wait a minute. I thought, that God said the peace that passes all understanding. You know what I'm saying? We can't be always fighting, always going through, always something is always taking place. Though we do have our battles, we need to learn how to relax in it and allow God to take us through that place, like riding us through the storm instead of always feeling like we're fighting within it.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
Okay.
How do we keep from normalizing the things that we are familiar with?
That's hence the battle.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
feel
that's. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, Beta. Go ahead.
Okay. I think, and that's part of the problem that we have with, even the statement mastering our responses to it. So our response we usually master is, okay, if I do this, I'll feel more comfortable, or if I do this, it won't bother me as much. And you get in that habit of doing that over and over, and you never really address the issue or the problem. So it just continues to grow and grow. So
Yeah.
it's something where you kind of have to stop and in your mind and realize that, okay, this makes me feel more comfortable, but it's not necessarily the long-term answer to battling this issue.
Right.
Mm.
I was, going to say it is very hard to emulate something that you've never seen. And so I think it is exposure to what is normal, right? It's like if you take someone who has a healthy relationship. I remember like representation being important at one point in my life, like seeing a healthy relationship,
Yeah.
seeing people that had resources and weren't always scratching and surviving, seeing people that thrived in intellectualism. These were things I had to see to know that what I was doing might not have been what you would call it was surviving but not thriving, right? Quote unquote
Right.
normal. And so I think that that's a part of it, that exposure to this is not the only way that this works. You don't have to live like this. You
Right.
can have peace. You don't have to have chaos. I
Mm,
think that's part of resisting the temptation to normalize the chaos.
Yeah, it's like you got to surrender in those moments, which is not necessarily easy, but it's very possible. Surrender to the fact, like, I know that I can get through this and I don't have to gauge myself through the lens of something that was painful from my past. Surrendering and allowing your heart to be healed is a process.
I think what I was mainly asking about is how does a person go from survival mode, which is to rely on core systems, bare bones. And when I say core system and bare bones, I don't mean a person is living in the ghetto, trying to make a peanut butter sandwich out of sugar or something. I'm talking about the idea of I'm trying to navigate a space outside of the norm. And I like what Danielle said about exposure, but
mm,
it's like, how often do we have are we afforded the opportunity to see something different? And in those spaces where we have not, let's say we're paving a way that we had never seen actuated before us through the life of someone else. How do we make it from that place of survival to thriving?
Well, I think the biggest thing is you just have to put yourself out there. You have to will yourself to take the chance and
mm,
repeatedly do that over and over. Meaning, if you get opportunities sometimes to put yourself in that situation that you're going to be uncomfortable with, or whatever the case may be, then do that. And sometimes you can do that with a cautious approach, where you can kind of, like me, I don't like big crowds of people. So I'm the
mm,
guy in the back by the wall, because that's
absolutely.
where I feel comfortable. But occasionally I need to move up in a little bit just to put myself in that uncomfortable position to
Mm,
understand in your brain that you can deal with it.
right.
You just have to force yourself to do it, and it sucks, but you do. That's the only way to really get
Right.
past it.
Right.
And once you put yourself in that uncomfortable situation, it allows you to build, I don't want to say resistance to it, but allows you to become more comfortable with it. So you would gradually become more outgoing, so to speak, or be more aggressive, or whatever the situation is. You will develop that. Yeah, I got this. I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
It's essentially you're practicing repetitive behavior therapy on yourself is what you're doing. You're putting yourself in that situation and learning how to cope with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you just got to understand that when you do that, it's okay to take a step back, take 5 steps forward and go, okay, I'm going to stand here for a minute. And yeah, this is a little uncomfortable. I need to step back for a few seconds and get back to my ground level and then try again. It's constantly over and over.
Right. So, a brother of a certain age said, I think we have to seek out peacefulness in what we watch, what we consume in our mind and bodies, and what we do during the course of our day. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. I agree with that. And I think as I sat and thought about the question, I think there's a step before where you become dissatisfied and uncomfortable with your current,
You have
and you
to.
will seek to change. And we they have it in all various manner of different ways. Some people call it hitting rock bottom. Some people say it's the end of yourself. Some people say it's the dark night of the soul. We have all these names for it. But at the end of the day, I think the desire comes before the how, if that makes sense. I think that you have to want something to even in a minute level, right? A micro level, something different than what you have right now. Because if not, you'll just stay stuck in the pattern. You won't seek to change it because you're comfortable in it. So
Right.
I think that the desire comes, then you seek out an illustration, then you get the methodology or the how.
Right. Okay, very good point. Very good point. So, come on. Hey. Question for everybody. How do you tell the difference between effort and over control? I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. The over
I think
control,
obsession.
micromanaging for me.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
I think that if you are throwing caution to the wind to
Mm-hmm.
control a situation,
Mm-hmm.
if you are not, or if you have the kind of tunnel vision that does not allow you to see signs of caution,
Right.
or if you don't see the yellow lights of your life, then there could be a possibility that you're trying to you've made it to a space where you're trying to control, and it's more than just about your effort.
Right.
Especially if you make it to one of those places of trying to be a perfectionist as
Mm,
well.
right. Good, good point. Everybody else sleeping up here?
No.
No, I'm just thinking about it, how to respond
I'm
to
just,
it.
I'm just,
No,
I'm just
I'm
messing with
over
you.
here thinking like, I'll find out when I'll have an answer when I figure it out. I think that for
Hmm.
some of us, I'll speak for me. For me, especially if you are one who struggles with control issues. I
Mm-hmm.
remember I had a whole sermon about control issues. I think we do desire to have a mathematical equation. If I do this, I'm going to get that.
Yes.
That's why we struggle with control so much, is because we want it to make sense. We want our effort to equal and balance something. And so sometimes it's not until I discover that I've been trying to force something to happen. I haven't been I haven't mastered the art of seeing it before it comes. So that's why you're like, it's self-explanatory. I'm like, teach me your ways because I'll be out here struggling,
Right.
trying to you know, like even we take example. I hate using this as an example, but we all know it is the YouTube. It's like I'm doing the formulas, I'm researching the things, I'm doing all the things right, but you
Mhm.
can't control the outcome. You
Yep.
can't control. You can do the same thing 100 times and get 12 different results, and you're like, how does this work? And so there that effort to control. So I don't know. I think that's why I was quiet because I'm like, do I have an? I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
have an answer. So
I
that's
think,
why I was quiet. I was asleep. I was just thinking.
no, and I think I'm with you, Danielle, that sometimes effort can get out of control, um, especially if you know that what you're saying is right based on whatever experience or knowledge or da 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 da.
Mhm.
And dealing with situations where you're not allowed to do what you know is right. Um, you can definitely try to push the situation sometimes to the point of almost getting yourself in trouble. Done that a few times. Um, that I always say, it's kind of like a boss and a leader. A boss is over control. A leader is exerting effort to better you. So a leader will walk beside you. A leader will get you what you need to do your job or whatever, et
Yeah.
cetera, et cetera. Where a boss will just wants to be in everything and control everything and make every decision, and um, you know they're really hurting themselves and their team doing that. But that's my opinion.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's yeah. I guess going back to what Danny was saying, you can definitely go from showing an effort to over control pretty fast.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to add something to the equation that may possibly bring some clarity.
Mhm.
Please.
I think we have to have an emotional checkpoint. Is the effort that you're putting in bringing you to a place where, if it doesn't work out, you lose yourself?
Mm.
Mhm.
Or the effort that you're putting in is so far into overexertion that you almost break yourself trying to make sure that every aspect of it is perfect. I think that we can give great effort towards something and still have the mindset of hopefully this works out the way I want it to. But if it doesn't, I'll learn from the lesson
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
be able to um extrapolate what I need to from the situation and move forward with what to fix or how to fix or what I need to reconsider. On the
Right.
other hand, if you're up in arms about if this does not work and emotionally you're drained because you're trying to put so much into it that you're at the point of breakdown, you're at the point of mental anguish, then you most certainly have made it to a place where you're in control and no longer in effort.
Oh, that is so
Well,
real.
dang.
Right. That is so real. I used to really be overly controlling. I mean, it could be about the weather. I felt like if the weather and the sun was shining, that everything was going to be okay. And then if it was raining, I thought,
Mhm.
oh my gosh, the world is just falling apart, and I cannot function. And
Mhm.
until I learned how to relax in it and know that I'm really not in as much control as I realize. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Right.
Because God is the one that orders our steps. He knows our beginning from the end, and He knows that you may walk outside and the sun will be completely shining, and then in the next 2 minutes, the wind could be blowing. It could be storms blowing umbrellas out your hand. Um, and just being able to relax with that and finding the sunshine even in the rainy
Mhm.
moments of my life, that is something that I still have to constantly remind myself of, because in my mind, you think it has to be this way.
Right.
If it doesn't go this way, then it's not what it is. When God can work even in the midst of chaotic times,
Right.
He can find those pockets in those chaotic moments to say, as much as it feels like you lost control, there is still control in the chaos.
Absolutely. Toxic effort, excessive, and creates a non-productive environment. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's that like that just rings micromanagement to me.
Yep.
Mhm.
And oof, I can't stand it. I
I'm in,
dislike it.
I
I'm the
mean,
same
but at
boat
the
you
same
are.
time, it's not. I look at micromanagement a lot of times when it comes to you being a leader with other people under your tutelage or what have you.
Hmm.
But what happens when you're trying to micromanage your life? It's just you that you're trying to manage in every space,
Gotcha.
making sure that you're the iron that sharpens your own iron. And
Hmm.
then you wonder why you're only getting stone instead of iron. And it's those things I think that we tend to overlook because we're so busy trying to make sure everyone else in our space is doing the things that we need them to do in order for us to be able to function. That a lot of times we don't understand or we'll overlook how we'll be micromanaging ourselves in the situation and not giving ourselves the grace to grow, to learn, to make mistakes. And to be able to learn from the things that are going awry in different spaces of our life. You know, like when you put so much effort in that you don't rest, guilty.
Huh?
But when you're putting in so much effort that you don't rest, that's a area in which no, you come on back to the room, come on back to
Nah. You ain't gonna call me out like that.
Come on back,
You ain't gonna
elevate.
call me out like that,
I'm
Tina.
just talking about me. I'm just talking about Tina Mo, and that's for
Good,
sure.
good.
When you do so much and to the point where you don't have any rest, that lets you know that you have your hands in too many pots. You know, you're
Mm,
trying to do too much and you're trying to manage too much. And while you may not have the ability to delegate certain responsibilities, you are responsible for delegating your time to whatever that you're passing it around to.
right, right.
Yeah. Do you find that as a leader managing people that micromanaging makes you feel more comfortable or makes them feel more
It
comfortable?
don't,
And what? No, it doesn't. From being under it, I know that.
right.
But um, I guess what do you think of when you're being micromanaged? Do you feel like you get growth out of that?
Hell no. It's suppression.
Yeah.
And it also breeds resentment towards that person
Yep.
for
That too.
always
That too.
on your neck about stuff that I got this. We know
Yeah.
what we're doing.
Right.
Allow us to do it.
Thing. So
I'm gonna tell you something else it does. It creates an environment where no one trusts anyone.
Mm,
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
for sure.
It
good
creates an environment where nobody really cares, and that's the biggest problem that I've found is, I went from a very independent in my job with a boss that was a leader, and just said, "Hey, let me know what you need to get your job done."
that's it.
To that, and that's what it should be.
Right.
I look at it going, "Hey, you're paying me for my 20 years of experience. You don't need to worry about this. Just tell me what you want, and I'll get it done."
That's it. Right.
um to somebody who's now, I work from home and I'm a mushroom. They feed me
Mm,
crap all day and keep me out of the sun. And
yeah.
if they don't tell me to do something, I don't show any effort in doing it.
That
um
part.
because that's what they want. That's what they practice. They don't want you to think for yourself. And then it's like, okay, well, I guess if you're going to pay me this stupid amount of money to sit here and Netflix all day and maybe occasionally do something for you when you want it, okay, that's on you. You know, I
Hmm.
just got I got to the point where I couldn't argue anymore about it. I couldn't try to control the situation. Going back to the effort and control, that okay, well, I have no control, so I'm not showing any effort.
Right.
So
I would also say that this reminds me, like I was thinking, why do people micromanage? And it reminds me of what's referred to as resource guarding.
Mhm.
It's like
Mhm.
people,
Mhm.
this is the one thing that I can control. And so sometimes you find people that micromanage, usually find their places of employment one of the areas they feel as though they can control, and so they will try to exert that control on the people that are under them. And it's not always malicious. It might be very self-serving, like I want the project to reflect and look good because it'll make me look good, it'll make me feel better, it'll make me excuse me, have some level of people looking up to me. And so it's like, this is the thing that I can control. And we do it. Some people, like Tina was saying, some people will do it in their own lives, right? They won't
Right.
do it with their job, but they'll do it with they're managing their children, managing their diet, managing their money. Like they will be hyper focused because it's like, this is the one thing that I can manage, and this is the one thing that I can control. So it's just an interesting concept as to why someone, it doesn't always work. It creates a toxic work environment. People will tell
Yep.
you, don't do this. Why do you persist? Because there's some level of, I need to be in control for some internal equilibrium to balance out.
It's a very self-defeating mentality to have, is the way I look at it. Because, the thing is, if you hire the right people that know what they're doing, you're hiring them to be the knowledge base, to be the knowledge expert on something. Let them do their job and do the best that they can do and the best for the company, which in turn makes you, their boss, look good,
Yeah.
Right.
because everybody's satisfied. Whereas if you micromanage it and you come out and say, do this, when it's not right because you have no knowledge or no basis to base it on, you just want to be a boss, and it comes out wrong, then you just made yourself look stupid. So
E-
rely
Even when,
rely on your people.
yeah, even when they're micromanaging, they are dismantling, tearing it all the way down, piece
Yeah.
by piece, and they don't even care
Nope.
because they think they're doing it right. No, that's not it.
All right. All right. So we got I saw Candy K come in the building. I saw Ron's Reality come in the building. Anybody I miss?
I see
It's
Coach
cause
Hey,
Green.
coach. Hey,
it's
coach
Coach
cause
is
my
Green.
here.
Sorry, I
eyes
didn't.
are red, so I can't see y'all. I'm sorry. I couldn't see. I'm sorry. I just missed y'all. But what's up, Coach?
What's up, everybody? How you
What?
doing?
Why are you crying over there, Elevated? Why are your eyes all red?
I'm tired, boss.
Nico.
That'll do it.
He needs some rest. Oh Lord.
Yes, we did.
Hey, we here though. We grinding it out. Pause.
Uh-oh.
Here we
You said, uh-oh.
go.
Were you about to say something, Coach? Because I was going to add a little something to that.
I was
Hey
just waiting for
yo.
everybody to say their piece on the button. With micromanagers, what that ends up doing is you just create a team of people that just wait until you tell them what to do. So you end up
All right.
creating more work for yourself. It's a really self-defeating behavior. I really don't, I mean, I understand it, but I
Right.
don't understand why you would do that. Why create more stress for yourself when being a manager, I would assume, is already stressful enough because you have the responsibility of your team. So
Mhm.
what would be more useful is if you build your team up instead of constantly nitpicking everything that they do. I've experienced micromanaging, and it is a very unpleasant work environment.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't get the best out of your workforce. You truly don't.
No, you don't.
You get a bunch of people that are resentful and they just collect a paycheck.
Mhm.
They become quiet quitters. They just wait it out. Just stay and do the basic things that their job requires, and that's it. That's all you're gonna get.
Wait, you're
I
talking about my whole team now. What's going on, Coach?
I
Listen,
think one
I've been in an administrative position for a while, and I've dealt with micromanagers quite often.
Yeah, me too.
I think
So
one of the elements that people don't really consider when it comes to the person that's micromanaging is that they've been offered that escaping carrot. That if you don't keep up with what's going on, they give you just enough to where you're on a level higher than everyone else, whether that be monetarily or position or what have you, and they give you just enough power where you're fight for it. You may not be on the same level as an executive, but you have just enough power to where if this thing goes awry, you'll lose the area of um, accommodation that you've been given. And I think a lot of times people don't take into consideration that they think that the person is micromanaging because they're trying to be mean to the person, or just an evil boss or what have you, when in fact it's about, I don't want to lose what they gave me. And a lot of times jobs will choose people like that because they know that they're willing to go above and beyond the call of duty to maintain that. Meaning, if they have to add pressure where it should be added, they will do it to keep that spot.
Good luck to them.
Right.
They can have it.
I think you'll find that more in the younger crowd that's newer to the workforce. And by younger, I still mean 30s and younger, versus the older farts like me that are at that point where it's like, just leave me alone. I got a few more years, just leave me alone. And that's like, I'll work my butt off for you if you let me. But yeah,
Right.
Go ahead.
Now I'm disagreeing with you. Yes. Yep.
Well, I go back to what you said earlier, Bad Doug. It doesn't work well, because I remember I was working in a place where they were paying me relatively well, and they had me changing diapers in the childcare room. I am a master's level and I was so angry. I was
Right.
like, you have a master's level condition, and y'all got me in the childcare room changing diapers because. And I mean, no shade. I love the babies. It was a great time. But I'm like, I'm not being utilized for what you even hired me for, because you have somebody who wants to control so bad. I was like,
Right.
this is crazy, and I did what I needed to do, but I don't work there no more because I can't live like that. I can't live like that.
No, I got you.
So, have you ever been micromanaged by a coworker?
Oh Lord, that's even
Because
worse.
Please.
Yes,
that's
those are definitely the
that's
worst.
what I be talking about when I do my little my diary type of situation.
Mhm.
Like I'm being micromanaged by a coworker.
That's
I've had
probably
them try. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely happened to me. Or they'll do the I'm gonna CC your boss, like,
Go ahead.
sir or madam,
Please, please
please.
do.
Go for it.
Or I
That's when
didn't get this from you. I screenshot everything. Oh, you did it? Oh, because here's the receipt. Yes, I did send that to you. And here's the timestamp. Here it is. There you go. Like, I can be petty when I want to be. So y'all can try.
That's when you take them to the
Y'all keep praying for me, okay? Because I can be real petty.
right. You just take them to the quiet place in the building with nobody around. You say, "Look, you're my peer. You're not my boss, so you can just shut the F up, or we're going to have a problem. Have a nice day."
Now, see, now you just communicated a threat. See?
No, the problem is going to be is you going to the manager and saying, "Tell this dude to not worry about what I'm doing,"
Sounds like a place of privilege, because that does not work in every space.
No, it does not work in every space. I would agree with you 100%. But
Yep.
now, my old boss, I could have done that. My new boss, oh no, no way.
Because a lot of times you'll find out that that tension is what they would prefer rather than everything running smoothly and it making it seem like they're not doing anything and don't deserve the position that they have over you.
Right. Or you just look at them and say, okay, I got you. Okay.
Right.
Eventually, they'll hopefully leave you alone.
Right. Uh, letting go isn't weakness. It's emotional maturity. Letting go means you value peace over pride. Mature detachment says, I did my part. The rest isn't mine to carry. Weakness clings while strength releases. Pause. Surrender isn't giving up, it's giving trust. Letting go is self discipline disguised as ease.
Let it go. Let it go.
I'm going to say
I
this. I'm
struggle.
going to dip to the chat. When you said emotional maturity, like the image of a child screaming, I do it myself, like opening a jar or doing something that it's almost like if you ever seen like a 4-year-old trying to do something they physically are unable to do because of their size, because of their age, and they are insistent. I mean, it crushes their little souls if they can't do it. And it's like, I do it myself. And I'm like, oh my
Right.
God, is that how God looks at us when we out here trying to
Yeah.
command the universe? And that's, of course, that's my worldview. I'm like, dang, if I would just ask for help, or like you said, decide I did what I could. Let me just hand this to somebody else, or hand this to my higher power, or just let this go.
Mm-hmm.
That is the signal that I'm mature enough to actually get the thing that I'm ascribing to or trying to acquire. Right. That is the key. So I just thank you for that illustration because it brought that to mind. Like we would look at that child and be like, "Well, you're 2. Like, of course you're going to act like that." But when I'm 42 or 52, and I'm acting like that, I'm still immature.
Right.
Just good point. Thank you guys. Have a great night. I'm gonna dip down to the chat.
All
Oh,
right.
good night, Danielle.
Fun with
Thank you
the
for your
cricket.
input.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed you.
She
Yeah.
going to fight Mr. Cricket.
Uh oh.
Uh-oh.
Um, man. One thing that I could say when it comes to emotional maturity, it has a tendency to stare you in the face when it comes to letting go.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mhm.
and let me speak for myself because I'm saying you, but it's really me. One of the biggest issues that I have had the majority of my life is not wanting to look weak, not wanting to look unintelligent,
Right.
not looking like I don't know what I'm doing and I have no idea what to do. And I will work at something for way too long or try to fix something for way too long instead of trying to outsource for help, outside of myself. And so sometimes I can ruminate, if I can use one of Danielle's terms that she uses ever so eloquently. I can find myself ruminating over the thing for so long that I've lost time. I've lost valuable time at that because I could have been doing so much more had I not been stuck on this one thing that I don't want people to know that I'm vulnerable in this area.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I totally understand that, but when you're in a toxic work environment and you're doing you're doing you're doing a thing, but you need help, and then you ask for help, they start questioning you, what you're not capable of.
Right.
Well, I'm very capable to do it, but I can't do it by myself. So
Right.
sometimes that makes me pull back, asking for help, and I got to get out of that. Well, I'm out of that. I'm out of that situation. I'm grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been in that where it's, I've kind of learned to, um, because you brought up work and that you can get a lot more done and a lot, and I guess I'm just speaking work here. Well, no, even in your personal life, if it's something that you're not a master of, find the person who is,
Yes.
and get the information before you start. Or get them if they can do it. Or, it's like in my job, I get calls all the time. Hey, can you do this for me? Well, that's not really my specialty and what I normally do on a day-to-day basis, but let me get you to the person who can do it. and do it quickly for you, because I'll spend half a day working on it and they'll spend 10 minutes. So I think there's also a strength in being able to do that, feel comfortable doing that.
That's
It's
a
not
skill
showing,
set.
yeah, it's not showing that you're any sign of weakness. It's no sign of weakness to you. Now, as you said before, yes, at work they will question, well, why are you calling this person, or why are you calling that person in? Can't you do it? Well, yeah, I can do it, but again, I'm trying to speed up the process and make sure that the customer, generic word, the user in my case, is getting quick response times and getting their problems fixed. Time is money. So there's no weakness, I think, in doing that. But yeah, it is a battle sometimes at work that you have to explain why you do it. And sometimes they get it, and a lot of times they don't get it. So
Yeah, I believe in delegation. That's one of my strong points. But I think that comes with a certain level of confidence in your own position. If you don't really have that confidence, like if you've gotten a position and you don't feel you belong there, then you would have issue with asking for help, because that makes you, that you would perceive that as a weakness. But it's not really a weakness if you ask for help. Actually, like, being vulnerable, I think anyway, is a strength.
Yeah.
That you're able to put yourself out there in that way and ask someone that is more knowledgeable than you for assistance.
I think that humility is a strength.
Yeah, it is.
And it takes humility to come to a place where you, number one, realize within yourself, I can't do this. Secondarily, be willing to go to someone and ask them for the help that you need. Because so often we can have the mindset of either no one wants to help us and I have to do it myself. They don't know that I can figure this out on my own, or the whole thing of, if I do allow them to help me, how is that going to make me look? And so that humility of not caring or not being concerned with what a person thinks, trying to control what they think about you, which was stated earlier. And going in with the humility of, hey, I tried the best that I could, but I wasn't able to make it but so far. Can you help me?
Right.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of pride too. You get that pride that I should be able to do this, or I want to do this. I don't want people to think that I can't do this. And really, that is just it all comes back to pride, and that's something that everybody should have pride, but they should also know that you can let it go and not feel like it's a dent to your pride to ask for help with anything.
Yeah.
It's very true.
And you wasting time. You end up wasting so much time sitting. I just picture myself sitting at the computer trying to figure something that I have no idea how to do out, and spending the majority of my day doing that, as opposed to just taking a quick Teams call with someone that knows what they're doing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have time to waste. I got things to do, child.
Right.
So I'm gonna ask for help. I don't care what they think. Like, I mean, everybody doesn't know everything. Like, you might be strong in one area and weak in another, and that's okay. No one's perfect. Everybody has a area of weakness.
Right. Shout out to everybody that's just joining in the chat. I see y'all. Chat is moving, but thank y'all for joining, for real.
Thank you for having us, for real.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Thanks for being out of the box and trusting me to come on your panel.
Not micromanaging.
Thank
you
so much. No, it was there was an issue of control there. I'm not gonna lie to you, bad. See what I did there? Nah, this was great conversation.
I feel
sure.
empowered. No, seriously, like that. I think that's the bottom line, though, right? If you can you all think of this a time when you had a really great manager or supervisor or
No,
Yep.
leader or team lead or whatever? I don't
no,
whatever your job is, just someone that
no.
poured into you instead of like micromanaging. Never.
Yep.
Yes, I have.
I've had one supervisor that when she left the job, I left the job because I was like, there's no way I can work here without
Man.
her. She was
That's
amazing. The
that's
best
where
supervisor ever.
our
But
last boss
generally,
was that way.
when you find managers or supervisors that are like that, either they generally be on their way out because either they're not being supported properly from their upper management or what have you, or their executives, or it's a thing of I can't get what I need to get because these people want me to act in a way that I wouldn't normally act. And so, and it's a lot of pressure for supervisors to just be horrible people when it comes to upper management and executive positions.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. That's where mine is, the director of
Ugh.
the area, and
Yes.
the associate director, who would have been my direct boss, was awesome. And this new director came in, and when he came in, my associate director left, and I don't know, I remember 3 or 4 of my peers left just about the same time too, because they couldn't stand him
Yeah.
and deal with him. You know.
And that's the thing. You end up losing your really skilled
Workers. Yep.
workers. You lose
Yep.
them because they can go somewhere else. They can go, and that's what I did. I went somewhere else. You can go
Yeah.
somewhere else when you are a skilled person or you have the drive to look for another job. You can go somewhere else. Nobody's putting up with it. So if there are any micromanagers in the chat, stop it.
Become a servitude manager. Trust
Yeah.
your
Ego
team
kills
that you
business.
Trust your
hired.
team.
Give them
Mhm.
everything they need to get their job done and the support they need to get their job done, and they will make you look awesome.
Yeah.
That's
E-
it.
Ego kills businesses.
Yep.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, if you don't know how to interact with the people that are working to make your thing work, for you
Mhm.
to for it to become profitable to you in any way, it's bound to fail because you can't do it all by yourself.
But you know what? I just thought of. So most of the time, like the manager that you end up having, like your direct manager, they interviewed you, right? So they had a hand in hiring you. So they really don't trust themselves. If they can't trust
Hmm.
you, then they really don't
Right.
have their own judgment, which is a bigger problem, right?
And if you
So yeah,
ever
you have
end up
to admit,
having somebody come in that was an accountant most of their life and being your boss, run away as fast as you can.
yes,
They're
they
the
have
most
no
Well,
people.
horrible bosses.
They
I've
have
had
no
some of the worst when it came to people that were my peers that were made managers.
Oh
Mhm.
Yeah.
Lord, that's even
Yeah.
worse
Yes,
because they have
because they
something.
feel like they know you.
Right.
It's just horrible. It just goes downhill.
Yeah.
Coach, that was kind of crazy when you said that example because like my
Is
brain
that
is
they
just
they interview you, they pick you
right,
out
right,
of many people. So obviously you saw something in me to
right,
hire me. So now when I come start the job, now you're micromanaging and not really
Right.
right,
teaching me
right,
how to do the position. That is
right.
just ass backwards. Like it
It
doesn't make
is.
any sense to me.
It
No.
is. That's wild. Wow.
But I mean, it happens all over. That's just kind of the
Yeah.
norm in the corporate world. And, so unless you're going to work for a small family type company, you just kind of got to deal with it, unfortunately.
Right,
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
right. All right. So, question: can peace and control coexist together? Uh,
No,
Nah, I
no,
got nah.
no. Mm-mm. Because you have to add in the parts that you can't control to have that kind of peace.
Well, and
Ooh,
that's, I
pause.
think the minute you feel like you have to control something, you've just lost your
You
peace.
threw your piece
Yeah.
out the window, right? Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Because that even is reflective in our relationships with our children. There
Mm-hmm.
are elements with our kids we cannot control. We
Right.
can't
Hmm.
be there in every classroom, every bathroom break. We
Mm-hmm.
can't be there when they're old enough to get married and they didn't pick somebody you feel like should be thrown over the bridge. It's
Mhm.
one of those things where you have to trust that they can survive whatever it is that they're experiencing outside of your control.
Right.
But then that's the thing too, Tina. Then it makes you think like you parented this person, so you don't trust your own parenting skills. That's really what the
W-
problem.
Well,
You don't
to be
trust.
Oh.
honest, sometimes we don't trust who we became,
Ha.
True.
See.
Oh.
because we
It's,
see ourselves in those
Oh.
children,
yeah.
and we be wanting to control what we feel like was our own pitfalls
Yeah.
Yeah.
throughout life, through the auspices of that child's life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the bigger problem. You really don't like who you've become, so you want your children to not fall victim to the same things you fell victim to. And that's
Hmm.
a bigger problem, because you're always going to try and control their lives, even when they're married and move out,
Oh, hell no.
and you're just gonna stress yourself. You're never gonna have peace ever.
I got
Whew.
I got peace with my older one. I did something right there, but my younger one, I keep asking myself, where did I go wrong? Where did I screw up? How did this happen? And you just kind of gotta try and accept that everybody's their own person, including kids, and
Mm-hmm.
try to guide them. I guess is the best way I like to look at it, is try to guide them in the right direction,
Yeah.
and
Right.
using your own mistakes to guide them in that correct direction. Um, but yeah, I battle with that one every day.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. They didn't. There's no handbook to being a parent,
mm-mm.
No, it's not.
and there's no like how you. I used to. This used to be a joke that we had way back when. Not really a joke, but I used to think about this a lot. Like, there's
Mm-hmm.
no license, right, to become a parent, but it's like one of the most important jobs. Anyone can be a parent as long as you can
wait,
reproduce.
wait. You just said there's no handbook for a parent. Are you sure?
No.
Because I want to know what CPS is going off of. Then I'd like to know. Doctor Spock wrote a handbook, and we all know how that turned out with not beating our children for a couple generations.
Right.
You know, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I think there's another element when it comes to children that has to be taken into consideration. You could not control how your spouse or your other partner, your baby's mother or father, how they grew up,
Yep.
how
Right.
they thought, the things that they experienced that not only instill into your child, but
Right.
is genetically passed down to them. There are so many ways that people have that are outside of our control that we're like, where did that come from? Well, it may not have come from you.
Right.
And you still can't control it no more than could you control that baby mama or baby father or husband or wife.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But you pick them. You pick them.
You pick them, or let yourself be picked however it goes.
Right. They picked me. I didn't pick them.
Well,
And
you
so
lay
with that,
down with them.
No,
You think
they
about
picked
that,
me,
huh?
and I released control so I could have peace, and now turn left.
right. And so that's one of those things where it's an element of ambiguity. It's the element of surprise. It's the element of which you do not know that a lot of times will have you wanting to micromanage every area in the child's life without knowing. I don't know how my husband got through such and such.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I've never had that experience before. I could have been raised in a place where I had mother and father and whatnot, and then I married someone that didn't have no parents. It's like,
Mm,
well, I still love and respect that person, but I don't know what their experience was like, and I don't know how much of what they've learned they teach to my child, our child, you
Mhm.
know. And so that's elements that you cannot, no matter how much you try to lecture them and admonish them, and try to teach them, you still have to trust that the same way your spouse was able to survive, or that baby mama is still living that you done got pregnant, it's the same way your child is still going to be able to survive, even if you don't like some of the outcomes, or you don't like some of the things they have to experience because of that lineage.
Mm-hmm.
all right. Oh,
Mm-mm-mm.
You just dropped a bomb right there, Miss
yeah,
Tina. Did you
that
mute
was some
Truly,
yourself?
yeah,
bars.
truly.
Can't even allow that. All right. So peace comes from acceptance, not micromanagement.
I think we've
Ex-
covered that about a bunch.
uh, Listen, I got my talker points here, man. You know, if our if our conversation goes, listen,
No, I mean, yeah, no. We've definitely said a lot kind of along those lines. I think,
right,
um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, obviously you're going to be more peaceful if you feel accepted. Or you get to that point in life where you just go, I don't really care.
I don't
Um,
care.
right.
Do what you want. Have at it.
right?
Mhm.
Oh, that's the ultimate peace.
For
Mm-hmm.
real. Focus on what you can control.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Which
Acceptance
is
doesn't.
nothing.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say which is nothing. You can't control
Right.
anything.
There you go.
That part. That part. Acceptance doesn't mean agreement. It means awareness. You can't be peaceful while playing God with every detail. Control creates pressure, while acceptance creates perspective. Inner peace thrives when you stop demanding external perfection. Sometimes thinking it is what it is shows wisdom, not apathy.
Hmm. Bars.
So, yeah, that part. Like this hour and a half. Everybody getting tired. I like
Oh
this.
wow, this was quick.
No, it
Listen,
wasn't.
No,
But
hour and
I
a
mean,
half.
the time fluid. I didn't realize it's 10:30.
oh yeah. Well, it's been a good live. Like there's a lot of information
Yep,
being
yep.
talked about here. So that's what happens when everybody's engaging, giving their input. It makes the time fly by.
Yes.
No, you saw he almost wanted to just blame me. That guy, he talks too much.
How'd you know that, Bad Duck?
I am wise and I am old. No.
Everybody in the chat, we just playing. Relax,
Yeah,
relax. Don't be uptight.
because I accept that I'm chatty. Okay.
That part.
Yeah.
So question for everybody: when was the last time when letting go actually worked in your favor? Ooh, I could talk about it a whole lot of times.
Yeah.
Jobs, women,
Tell us about the
anything.
women elevated.
No, that'll
No,
be
don't do
for another
that.
live. That'll be. I
Oof.
could talk all night. You know, our homebody Trish always talking about a 12-hour live. I could do that.
Mm.
That's a good way to never get a date again.
That part, and I'm good with
He don't
that.
want a date.
I'm
Yeah.
good with that.
He said, leave him alone.
No, I agree. I think for me it was after. I mean, I was married for 18 years.
Mm,
Wow.
And
dang,
after that,
well, that's tough.
I kind of went, I'm done. I'm done with the drama. I'm done with stress. I'm done with everything.
Right.
It's just going to happen what's going to happen. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to stay out of these drama situations.
Right.
I'm just going to enjoy my life and do what I want to do. And, if someday I meet a person who I want to be with, great. But I don't really care either way at this point. I'm just kind of living life and enjoying my personal space. So,
Right.
I think some of that comes with getting older too. You just kind of get to that point, I think, when you realize that the rat race is just not worth it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You do what you have to do to pay your bills and feed your, you and your family, whatever the case may be. But after that, the rest of it is just, it's all BS,
Right. Absolutely.
I think sometimes we have to take also into consideration that letting go does not necessarily mean apathy,
It does
Right.
not.
Mhm. Mhm.
because we can care but still be willing to take charge of our emotions by letting go, by
Hmm.
choosing to let go.
About choosing, like, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Tina, you a therapist or something? Like,
Something.
I'm not going to answer that.
hey, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Plead the fifth.
There is peace in letting go.
Oh yeah.
Just gotta
Right.
know when to.
That's very true.
I say with my kid, I never realized that how day to day could just be happy,
Mhm.
or when you let go, it just, you really become a more happier person when you don't worry about what everybody else is doing, what everybody else is saying, da, 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 just,
Mhm.
you know.
Right.
Yeah, you saw me. You were in that night, the night I snapped, weren't you? Elevated.
Yeah.
Yeah, and see, I haven't done something like that in years, and I just finally had enough, and I
Right.
snapped. I'm like, and I'm sorry that happened and that you had to witness that, but um,
No, it's all good. It happens. Like you said,
yeah,
enough is enough for you. You reach your boiling point. So I get
pretty
it.
much. Yeah,
We all have our breaking point.
Hmm.
yeah. After 3 years, the pressure valve needed to be released a little bit, I guess.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
What's up, B3? Parenting is easy piece of cake. Co-parenting is where you have to find your strengths of compromise and maturity. I
Yeah,
don't think I'll ever find those. Whew.
because women be crazy.
That's
Sorry,
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Bad duck, man.
all women across the board, y'all crazy.
Under y'all are
And you
all
happen to
under a
be in the
blanket.
same boat as us. Isn't that wonderful?
I know, right?
Right.
Ah,
That's right, Tina. Get her.
No,
Everybody
you're
crazy.
right.
We get to be crazy together and
Yeah,
figure it out together.
Yeah,
That
Two
something
part.
like that.
lunatics together, figuring it out. You know?
hey, bad duck, don't release control. You take
Nope.
take control of this situation,
I
bad duck.
know. I know. I know they're trying.
No, just let go.
Don't
Choose
do
to
Just
let
let
go.
it
it. Don't do
go.
it.
Let it go.
Oh man, he hit the Elsa.
I know,
Hmm.
right?
Sometimes you got to break Elsa out. It's the only
Right.
thing that'll fix things. Nah.
You said, well, in my opinion, I was with someone for 13 years. I let him go once he cheated, and I let him
Yep.
go. I felt good about it because I know there's someone out there for everyone.
I don't believe in that, but understand the sentiment.
Yeah, yeah,
Because people always be trying to say that whole thing of there's someone out there for everyone. Someone to do what? Because everybody's not marriage material. Everybody is not good for a relationship. Everybody is not prepared to be a husband or a wife. When you say there's someone for everyone, maybe that someone is a therapist. Maybe
Right.
that someone is a doctor, it's a
Mhm.
psychiatrist.
Right.
In that regard, yeah, it's someone,
Assist.
but it doesn't
My,
necessarily
you
have to
know,
be the relationship tip. And I just wanted to put that pin right there because I'm tired of
Okay.
people saying that. But
Drops the
nothing
mic.
against you. You know what I'm saying? What's that sweet baby? What's her name? Yvette. Nothing against
Yvette.
you, darling. I'm just, it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm so tired of people saying, "Oh, it's someone for everyone." I'm like, you better go find your tribe because you ain't fit for nobody's spouse.
Mm-mm.
I just like to say that my someone is 25 and lives in Ukraine.
Mhm.
Ooh, a nice
Here we go.
young
It's
thing.
that past the
Shameless
10
plugs.
mark.
Shameless plugs.
Sorry.
Shenanigans.
Even in the Bible.
Even the Bible says there are some called to singleness. Amen.
I,
True. Yeah.
Come on, thank you, Danielle. I needed to back up on that one because I know the people be out here
Well, let
Hello.
trying to
that
make
person
something
for
be
them is
something that ain't something.
themselves.
Right.
There you go.
Hey, hold on, y'all. The Bible calling me. You
Uh-oh.
said I needed. I'm destined for singleness. Oh man. Amen. Okay. Yeah. Hey.
Elevator, you stupid.
come on,
That's
Ellie.
funny.
Yo, that's wild.
You can live a rich, full life being single.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think some women, I can't speak for men. I don't, I really haven't come across too many men that
Mhm.
are really like seeking a spouse. I haven't come across,
It's nasty out here, Coach. I'm telling you.
but
Yeah.
there's a lot of pressure on women. I guess in this day and age, it's maybe the pressure isn't as much as people end up getting married to the wrong person because they don't
Right.
want to be labeled as a spinster.
Mm.
So they just get married. Child.
I mean, and they end up calling you selfish because you're single, but that's totally false.
And some people be selfish and they married.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Oh,
That part
oh,
too. They
Tina.
definitely
Yeah, Tina.
that's
Dropping a
true.
bomb there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, everybody wants to holler about being equally yoked and all of that. They wants to quote all the scriptures so they can go. It's better to marry than burn and all of this, that, and the third. And it's like, but is that the person for you?
Right.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Right.
You just out there. You
Yeah,
just stuck
because
in
I'm
some.
like, it's more to life than sheets.
Right.
Indeed, it is.
Oh
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. You can have a full life without ever being married, or if you were married and you're divorced, you don't have to rush and get remarried. You don't have to, it's not a race to see which one of you end up married first after you're divorced. Just
Mhm.
live your life.
Right. That part.
Yeah. I mean, I've got my ad in the paper for looking for single woman that just wants to hang out, has her own house, but wants to come over every night and watch Netflix and have nice dinners and maybe go to a movie from time to time. But that's it. That's all I want to
Yeah.
get involved in.
You gotta make sure you
And then
put
send
that
her back home.
she gotta go
Yep.
back home. I was
And then
about to
take
say
that
that, Tina.
Yeah.
motherfucker back home and we'll
You
Yeah.
get
got
I'm
to
just
go.
looking for companionship at this point. Somebody I can have a good conversation with and laugh. That's it for me. That's
Right.
that's
Yeah.
That's
That's
good.
crazy. You say you put an ad in the paper.
I'm
Oh, wait.
joking, okay?
No,
I'm
you're not.
joking.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
They don't do those kind of ads in the paper anymore, man. That's before your time.
Is there even a
So,
paper anymore?
I don't know.
I
I have
don't
no
know,
idea.
Coach. That's wild, ain't it?
Mm.
That is the physical
No.
paper that you, I guess so. I guess maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen one.
Yeah, said, I'll be okay being a rich auntie. I told my hubby if this doesn't work, I'm not doing this again.
Right?
No, that's it.
That's why I didn't want to get married the first time. I always thought it was just kind of a piece of paper that, gives the
Uh,
government control over you.
yeah, you
Um,
signed your life over to Death Row Records.
right. So it's like if you're going to be with somebody, you're going to be with somebody, regardless of that piece of paper.
Right.
So the paper just adds pressure.
And a lot of people in your business and assets and things like that.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, telling me.
Well, everybody, y'all get married. Everybody, don't let me influence
Don't
anything. I'm
don't do
letting
it.
I'm letting go of control.
No,
You guys
don't do it.
have
I'm taking control. Don't do it.
You ain't convincing me of the foolery. People need to
it.
discover
Uh-uh.
themselves before they go hooking
Right. Do
themselves
whatever
up with
you
somebody
do,
else.
child.
That
That's
part.
Yeah.
true.
That part.
Because
Do
there's
what,
so many people out here that don't know who they are outside of a relationship.
right.
Bingo.
And it's
Yeah.
like you get with somebody else with all these expectations because you never found out who you were.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He got to make me happy. He got to do this. He got to, well, what you got to do? Can you make yourself happy if they gone or if
No.
they in the hospital or did they something didn't
No.
happen or something? The,
No.
the flight get delayed and you ready to file for divorce. You ain't worth a quarter.
Right.
A quarter stage.
Sorry. Well,
Preach.
that
I'm
part.
weak.
Not a quarter.
You're right though. Can't make you happy if you ain't happy within.
No
Hmm
one can make you. No one on this God's green earth can make you happy.
That part right there.
Who's
I
gonna
mean,
make
because
you happy?
happiness is based on
It's
happenings. You can't have
no.
something happening all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Elsa
And
makes
not.
me
also,
happy. Butterflies make me happy. They're on
every
Earth.
kind of happy we talk about bad day. But you gotta have that happiness comes from inside you. Like you said, we
Absolutely.
can't depend on somebody else.
Valid. Yeah, valid.
Mhm.
You can't.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like if you get into a relationship, now there's all these expectations. So, if
Mm.
you can't stand on your own too, then don't even think about getting in a relationship.
Nope.
But that's how people end up in toxic
Yeah.
situations because they're trying to find a way to feel happy all the time by doing the makeup love making or them coming together after
Right.
being into it. So next thing you know, you're like, what is this argument about? And it's only because they trying to get to
They're
the
ready.
flowers.
They want
They trying to
some
get
right.
Yeah.
to the candy. They trying to get to
Right.
the date night. The makeup of whatever it was you fell out about. It's like all of that is unnecessary. You need to cut that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Communicate.
Hmm.
Communicate.
Yes.
Talk it out.
Cause me personally, you doing all this toxic stuff that's not gonna make me be closer to you. I'm gonna
Some
stiff on you.
people live for intense fellowship
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
can't. That
because
ain't
it gets their blood going. Not knowing their blood going gonna
Mhm.
get them a heart attack, a stroke, or
a
something.
stroke or something, right?
Right.
Yep.
That part entirely.
They can't. Some like I think Danielle said this earlier. Some people just cannot live if there isn't chaos happening all
Right,
around them.
right,
So
right.
Nope. I'm past that.
Yeah,
I don't want chaos. I like boring and quiet.
Right? Me too.
I don't want. I don't want any drama
I hate to
at
say it,
all.
but I agree with you, Coach.
You agree with me? Oh
Nah,
snap!
I didn't mean that. I didn't mean it.
You almost lost control there, man. Be
I
careful.
know. I gotta stop that.
oh my God.
Oh
We gonna
snap!
blame the
Wait a minute.
fatigue just now, cause that. Oh,
Blame fatigue, huh?
yeah. That's my excuse, and I'm standing on it.
That's what you call delirium.
It's
that part.
Thank you, Tina. Yeah, delirium. Hmm.
You're
Look, I'm
delirious.
a human.
Agreeing with me, El.
Ooh.
But I do.
Who
You
that dude?
want your pizza?
What? What are you hooing about?
We get to
Oh.
see you, bad duck.
Yeah,
Is
well,
this your
Oh.
first time seeing him?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh
Oh.
Oh.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm new to this.
vanilla grandpa.
Mhm. Go to bed, sir.
Just there, yeah. You not in control of me. You not my mama. Let
That's funny.
me stop. Let me stop. Man, somebody probably gonna come across these streams and be like, what are they talking about? They always clowning. Do they talk to each other like this all the time?
Yep.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Especially towards the end. It just
Yeah,
goes left after
we
about
can't avoid
the
it.
hour mark. It goes downhill.
Yes,
Right.
it does.
And the
Right,
thing
it's
is, they
true.
try the thing, they'll get all the gems, and then some entertainment. A
That's
little
it.
razzle.
Just watch the live. Watch
Yeah.
the whole live.
Yes.
Mhm.
Like in the voice of
Yeah.
Trisha, welcome
And
to the
Trish,
live.
welcome to the live. All right.
Rich over
Greetings
there, she
and
becoming the queen of lives.
salutations.
She does lives all day. Like,
Did you hear Bad Duck? He said greetings and salutations.
oh,
Hey,
Damn, I
shameless
knew I
plug.
should have
Hey,
clipped that.
yeah, we
I
DJ,
should have
you
clipped that.
DJ.
Do I need to do the speaker voice for you, elevated? Welcome to the live. Greetings and
oh,
salutations. Come join us in our
In my
serious discussion
dungeon.
tonight.
Coach, do your part. Do your part, Coach. Say your part.
how you doing?
I'm doing fine. How
Mm.
you doing?
We about to take a nosedive. I see it coming. We got to get out of here.
Yo,
Get us out of here. Quick.
yo.
The illusion.
All right, y'all. Last talking point: the
Oh,
illusion
we
of
got another
control keeps us
I know. I was like,
anxious,
wait.
while surrender sets us free. Anxiety feeds on the belief that we can prevent pain. The tighter the grip, the greater the tension. Big pause.
Ooh,
Extra
pause.
pause.
Yeah.
Lots of pause.
Freedom is found in trusting the unknown.
Wait, read
When you
that line.
stop forcing outcomes, alignment appears naturally. True power is peace, not control.
Read that line again. The pause line, elevator.
No, I can't.
I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it either.
You said what? Tight grip? What?
Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so funny.
Okay,
Whew.
okay.
it's highly accurate, though. I mean, anxiety is a beast, and the more you try to control it, kind of goes back to what we said earlier. The more you try to control it, the more you put yourself in a false pretense and make it worse.
Yeah.
You're better off getting back into your head and saying, you know, just keep breathing, I know it'll pass. They come, they go.
Right.
If you do that, you notice that when you're having anxiety, that you're really only peeking out of it for a very brief time. It's just the ride up and then the ride coming back down. But yeah, the minute you fight it, the minute you start making it worse. So
That's true.
That's very true.
Anxiety is something else. I think I know that there was a spike in anxiety, obviously, after the pandemic.
Of course.
yeah,
And it's a very sneaky thing, and a lot of people just try to live with it and don't really seek help. I think it's very important to at least
talk to
do
somebody.
yourself a favor and start talking to someone. Like, go to therapy to
Yeah.
learn some tools to work through it, because
Yes.
the anxiety can lead to real health issues.
Yeah.
Not real. I mean, I think mental health is real, but you know what I'm saying.
No, it can lead to real health and real
like a
physical.
health issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
I question whether or not the pandemic actually offset, not offset, but triggered mass PTSD.
Yes.
No.
And I say that, well, I say that because there were elements of control people had, and all of that was taken from them. And then everything was placed back into their hands, and they were expected to navigate a new normal with droves of people unaliving, having to deal with so much grief, having to be forced to be in self isolation and things of that nature. And I wonder if it doesn't necessarily have to be full on PTSD, but it
Right.
could be mild forms that have trigger. Because one thing I noticed, there's an uptick in heart attacks and strokes nowadays,
Yes,
and we're talking about
Yep.
with younger and younger people.
younger people.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
Right.
And
even
so I think about that, and I'm like, there it's a possibility
Mhm.
that people do need therapy. Like for a
Yeah,
while, I think maybe for the next few years,
yeah,
Mhm.
getting that kind of therapy should be either free or should be maybe government subsidized, just because people have gone through so much the past few years.
Absolutely.
and then after the pandemic was over, like
Mhm.
forcing people to return to life as it was, like having to go back to the office full time
Absolutely.
after they've had the opportunity to work from home and improve their work life balance. Now they're forced to return to the way things were when things are not the way things were. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
they're not.
And
Right.
that
Yeah.
causes
Yeah.
stress and anxiety for people as well, being
Well,
forced
and
to
go
sit in
ahead.
the office all day when they can do the same job at home.
Like me.
Like me, you get to stay home all the time.
Yeah, they sent me home in March 2020, or yeah, 19, whatever the hell it was, 2020, and I haven't been back in the office since.
Oh,
I
you
think I've been
lucky
in
son
there
of a
in like
gun.
4 times for meetings. So
Damn, bad
That's I
Doug.
really wish we could do that
They
because
Yeah.
got tired of seeing you.
completely it's
that is, I think some of it. Yeah, my director didn't want to see me there.
he was like, keep him home.
When they redid the office, they didn't even build me a new office.
Uh,
So I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
all right, I'll take that as a hint that you want me to work from home. Hey
hey,
man, I put I get 12 miles a gallon on my big truck, and
Right.
I put $20 in a month, and that's all I
Damn.
need to put
that's all
in
you need.
because I don't go anywhere. You go to the store and get food, and
That's it.
yeah,
Right. Right.
so
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm not complaining.
I would not complain if I could work from home all the time. Oh my god.
I think the word PTSD that got thrown out there, I think that it kind of became like ADHD, where everybody's got it, and they're kind of doing that again with PTSD. And I'm not going to deny that there are probably some people that came out of the COVID time with it,
Mhm.
but I think it's more of a social anxiety,
Mm,
from not being outside and not being around people, and now getting back into that, um, experiencing that again would definitely cause some social anxiety. So
yeah.
not making it any better. It's just
Mhm.
they throw
Um,
PTSD around so much now that it's like
okay, the thing about it is it has to be traumatic in nature. I lost somewhere close to 7 relatives
Oh
Mm,
Mhm.
wow, I'm
during
sorry to
that
hear that.
season. And I had friends that had friends. I had family members that had friends that were dropping like flies.
yeah.
So when it came to the whole thing of hearing the news say things like they're piling up bodies because they
Yeah.
can't have the funerals fast enough, that's
Right.
traumatic.
Very.
So those things have to be taken into consideration. Just because a person is in their house and they can order them a loaf of bread and they'll be okay when everything passes over, there are people that were affected in
Very.
such a way where it was wiping them out financially. It
Yep.
was wiping them out socially. It was
Mhm.
wiping them out mentally and emotionally. And when you've
Right.
experienced those things, yes, you do have an onset of PTSD. And then to go from that to being forced back out into the very places that was causing people to lose their lives.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's hard for
Without
me
any
to
consideration, like with no consideration for how people have been affected mentally.
right.
Right.
I
And
think
I
of
and I
the
I don't want you to think that I'm like downgrading what you're saying, because I'm
Oh, no,
not.
not at all. I don't take that.
Um,
I understand his perspective, you know.
yeah,
yeah,
and especially places like New York and some of the bigger cities where like Tina was saying, the bodies were piling up. And I have a friend that lived across the street from a hospital, and the entire, oh my God, like even her telling the story was like, oh my God, the entire block was trucks for bodies. And she had to walk and see that every single day. And she didn't lose anyone personally, but seeing that.
Yes, that's
So I
traumatic.
understand what you're saying, Tina. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be your personal experience. Like, my condolences to you and your family.
Yeah.
And
Right.
also, I saw someone in the chat saying they lost their best friend. My
Yeah,
condolences.
Lisa J. Yep.
But
Yeah.
also the people that may not have necessarily lost someone, they still saw the destruction, the death. They saw it. They heard about it. I worked in a job at the time that was a field job, and we had to go out to families. And I sat with people that lost their mom, lost so many people, and could not have a funeral.
Yeah, that was another element to it too, because we couldn't gather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was some of them I
Well,
couldn't make it to, so I didn't have any closure with some of them.
Yeah.
and
So
maybe
it
for
was a
me,
very
that's
traumatic time. It was a very traumatic time.
yeah, and I think that maybe too for me is it wasn't as, I don't want to use the word traumatic, but yeah, I guess I will, traumatic. Where I am at, I mean, we're a city of 350,000 people, but we didn't have the mass, bodies and death and stuff piling up. So I didn't experience it the same way necessarily as some of you have experienced it. So that definitely, I could see how the perspective is definitely different.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't experience the death part, but you actually went through COVID, as my child calls it, Dark 19, where you couldn't breathe, you couldn't. I had it so bad. I was home for 3 weeks.
That's crazy.
I was so fearful. So that is a form, in my opinion, of PTSD as well, because
Yeah.
you were scared you're gonna die.
Yeah.
You know, I had a coworker, she
Yeah.
lost her mom, and I was like, oh my God. Like, yeah, come on, people.
See, I had it 3 times, and I was more, and it never really got me like super bad. I mean, I was run down and fatigued and all that, but it didn't really hit my lungs like many of these people it did. And I was high risk. I'm still high risk because of a heart stent that I got years ago. So they put us in the high risk category, and so my wife was a nurse at that time. My wife, she was a nurse working in the hospital. So she was more close to it, and I hear a little bit of that. But again, we just didn't have the massive, you know, pardon my language, die off like some of the big cities had.
I
And I
mean,
would
and
say 300.
that's. I'm sorry. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, I was going to say, and 350,000 ain't a small city. I mean,
Right.
it's not New York by any means. It's not Chicago, but you would think that there would be a proportion there that's equal, but it didn't seem like we had it bad. So
I nearly lost my life.
I don't want to use.
I had it before they even
No.
discovered what was going on.
Mm,
And then I had it 2 more times after they found out what was going on.
Ooh.
And it was it wasn't the final time, but the time before that where I almost passed. And didn't know what was wrong with me because it was still in the early stages of them trying to figure out. They had not even passed out the first vaccine when I had it that second time. And so, but they were in the process of doing it, but it hadn't even come to where I live here in Tennessee yet. And so it was one of those things of I'm seeing this stuff on the news and I'm over here like, I don't know what to do. They're telling people don't go to the hospital unless you just have to,
right.
because it was overrun with people. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, how you gonna tell me not to go to the hospital? Don't call the ambulance unless you just absolutely have to. And so it was those things. And I had a job that forced me to go to work while I had it because they said I worked by myself.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And so when I tell you that the situation, because I was of course considered first responder and essential worker, and
Right.
so it was
Me
one of those
too.
things where you go through these things and other people are saying, "Oh, it wasn't that bad." You know what I'm saying? It wasn't as bad, and it's not, and that's not me saying anything disparaging about what you said bad, because I do
Yeah,
understand
right. No,
about
I
the
understand.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things of you watch other people seemingly go through it like it wasn't no more than a
Mhm.
bad cold. And then I was like, but I was clinging to my life and I had other people I was
Crazy.
responsible for.
Mm,
And I had to work at the same time.
mm.
That's crazy.
And so, I think about that. I'm like, now, it's like every time they say, oh, we have another wave, I don't want to go to work.
Right.
Mm-mm.
I don't want to be in the midst of that,
No.
Um, it makes you not want to go to the grocery store and just order your food and have them to drop it off outside or something.
Oh my God.
Now I don't live like that, but it's still one of those things of it's in the back of your mind. Are we going to come to that again?
Right.
Massively.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get it the first year. I got the original Johnson and Johnson vaccine that they did for educational and first responders and nurses and all that stuff, doctors. Um, and then I never got a booster or anything after that. But I did get it. I got it the year after it started, and then I've had it once a year. I had it once a year for 3 years in a row.
Oh.
So, but like again, never really. I had one that took quite a while for me to recover from fatigue wise. But I mean, it never like seemed to settle in my chest, other than almost like you said, like a bad cold. So it's so weird.
And the part about it that I worry about and think about is like if you had COVID, we don't know the long-term effects.
Right.
Yes.
What's
That's
going to
true.
happen down the road, and that's the
Well,
scary thing too. Because I have friends that had it really, really, really bad, and to this day they're not 100%.
yeah, they're saying there's been some, almost mental problems from it, and a
Yeah,
lot of
I've heard that.
physical long-term stuff for some people, um and then God knows with the vaccines, um what could have came out of those, I don't know, but
Yeah, and that's another thing we don't know. The side effects
no.
To
to the
vaccine?
vaccines. We don't have enough information on that either. So,
Nope.
Yeah, the Pfizer and the other one, the
The Merck?
Moderna.
The
Um,
Moderna, those two are the two that I don't
Moderna.
trust. I got like I said, the Johnson and Johnson, and they seem to be the ones that were not in cahoots with the government, and had the first one out there that they had tested. And I mean, as far as I can tell, I've had no side effects from anything yet, but who knows? Like I said, long term, maybe 5-10 years down the road, something will pop up.
Oh God.
Hope not. I got
Hope
enough
not.
problems. I don't need any more.
Right. Okay. Thank goodness I ain't have to deal with any of that. Haven't gotten, thank goodness.
You
You're
never got
pretty lucky then.
elevator?
Never caught it.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Good.
That's a blessing.
Wow.
Not vaccinated, nothing.
Wow.
Mm.
That's probably why you never got it, because you didn't get the vaccine.
That point, yeah, like
Hmm. Yeah, I felt bad when I had the vaccine. I
Oh yeah,
was just as
yeah,
ill as when I actually had the
Mm.
illness. Hmm.
yeah. Like the flu vaccine, I quit getting it because it makes me sick every time I get it,
I'm not doing
and
that. I've never
you
had
still
one.
end up getting flu anyway. So
Hmm.
right, right.
so no.
Yeah, Tiff. I think, well, I get it. People had to maintain their finances and things, so
Or
I,
if you
I would have quit.
And if you had the illness, I'm pretty sure like once the vaccine came out, you probably would want to get the vaccine because you don't want to get what you had, especially if you had it really, really bad.
Yes.
No.
Just to feel just as bad.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that I was like, so I had it and was so sick afterwards where I had other people, other family members, they're like, I didn't feel anything, I was fine. Just my arm was sore. And I was like, no, that's not what happened to me. I felt like I had a whole nother outside of the other 3 times, I had a whole nother bout of it. And that's just was the reaction.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Crazy.
So, that's what happened when y'all let go of control.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah, Tiff was cheating.
I got a religious exemption with my
And
child.
the fact that she said she got it quietly is the part that's hilarious to me.
Right.
She snuck and got that one. She tiptoed in that one.
Yeah.
Well, Lisa said I was scared to invest because I thought I might get laid off and need the money.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
made so much money, I can't even tell no story. I was
Man,
rolling over and coughing and
let me
making
tell
money hand
you.
over fist.
That's the thing. That's the thing. As I was an essential worker and we worked on a special team during that time. And wow, we got all kind of COVID pay and that was the only thing about it.
Not me. I was on the special team
No,
and had I could get into the buildings
I could take
24
them.
but
Yeah, so.
I mean,
well,
luckily I never really had to go down there, but yeah, I mean, just for what I do, I have to be for business continuity and that was probably the only reason I actually got the shot was just in case I had to be, exposed to other people, but I didn't get no frigging extra pay. What the hell?
essential workers.
But this is the thing. Like the job I was doing at the time, I had to go into homes. I had to go out into the streets. And this is like right when it first started.
No.
They gave us like these hazmat suits to put on.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine we deserved to get paid what we got paid because we
Yeah.
house with the monster out there. Like
Right.
No, I'm not. I think it's great that you guys got more pay. I'm just pissed that I didn't get it. So
yeah, I don't think what I'm saying is I don't think you would want it to be doing what we were doing because everybody thought
no.
There was a time of uncertainty and having to go out to do that kind of work at that time.
Yeah, it was an interesting time. I worked for a university and it was, sending all the kids home and, classes all online and all that was crazy.
Yep. 2 hours, 12 minutes. Everybody good? I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
No, definitely good. I mean, you couldn't have worked this out any better.
Yeah.
This was a great conversation.
It really was.
Yeah, thank you for letting me come up and
Of
enjoy
course.
in the conversation.
Thank you for your input, Bad Duck.
Not yet.
Yes, indeed.
That was great dialogue for real.
Yes, absolutely.
You do better with dialogue than when you do with your bad jokes.
Don't make me start. I'm trying to be good.
Oh Lord.
On that note, all right, y'all. We're gonna end the stream here. Thank everybody for joining. Could have been anywhere in these internet streets, but you're here, and I appreciate you for that. So we're gonna be back here tomorrow, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern, with another topic and some more dope conversation. Everybody take care.
Good night.
Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
See you tomorrow.
Night.